the signature move again. This is Bobby and my lovely wife.
Hi, I'm Alex.
And we're going to talk to you today about wrestling. That's what this podcast is all about. We're going to talk to you about wrestling. This is going to be our Raw review for today. If you enjoy what we have to do, just you can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and as well as Twitter. And please like, share, and subscribe if you do like us. If you're more of those audio types, or perhaps some sort of Nosferatu that likes to, listen in the comfort of your coffin, you can find us on the CastBox app, and you can download that app, and you can listen to us all you want. Perhaps in the car radio, perhaps, as I said, you wish to, veer from the light because it burns your ancient and dry skin. So that's an option as well. But in general, we're going to go right into Raw and some of the wrestling news that happened over the weekend. Big wrestling news from NXT. Some of you who pay attention to the dirt sheets is that Aleister Black has been injured, unfortunately, in a match and will not be at NXT TakeOver.
Yes, as you probably heard if you watched our last video, very sad that Aleister Black is not going to be participating. We had heard the dirt sheets before last week's episode, but it seems to be that they've replaced it with an interesting stipulation match, if you will.
Yep, so it's going to be Johnny Gargano is going to be fighting Tommaso Ciampa in a last man standing match. So you'll get our opinions on that with our predictions video, which we're going to do tomorrow. Following our review of SmackDown and NXT, we're going to do a predictions video. Possibly some sort of betting may happen.
Really?
Yes, some sort of bet may happen.
All right.
And one of us may have to do something terrible if they lose said bet.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, I haven't agreed to this yet.
No, you've agreed to this. It
I
happened.
mean, it's fine if something terrible happens to you, but,
She's
you have to be nice
this.
to me.
It's going to happen. You're going to lose, too.
No way.
On this prediction.
I'm a winner.
But, all right, we'll get into predictions tomorrow, as far as that's concerned. But let's go right into some of the news. Because of Aleister Black being injured, they had to write him out of the storyline, and they had the best thing on WWE.com was the Aleister Black Whodunit video.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, go see it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
A lot of the things that they produce on social media I am not a fan of because I find that they are idiotic, to be honest with you. This one had a little bit more merit. I'll let you describe a little bit more, Bobby.
It was sort of like a crime video movie sort of thing, like Law and Order, if you will. Basically, what they're doing for storyline is Aleister Black was injured, so he was attacked in the parking lot of Full Sail. And instead of just showing the aftermath of the attack, they showed him being attacked and then went from one camera angle showing a bunch of wrestlers to another camera angle showing a bunch of wrestlers to another camera angle showing a bunch of wrestlers. And we had people from all walks of NXT.
That was my only issue with this video. I found it to be stretched out a little bit too long.
Oh, no.
I like the concept. No, I really, really like the concept of, ooh, it's this mystery. Ooh, that guy was in the background. At one point, they had, a lurching figure in the background, and you could only see his back, and they circled it in the camera, and they were like, ooh,
Grassy
perhaps
knoll.
that was Lars Sullivan. He's out on injury, which he received from Aleister Black. Da-da-dum.
But anyway.
My only issue is that there were some definitely, B-team guys that are just, hanging out like the Street Profits. Come on. They clearly did not attack Aleister Black.
Or Kairi Sane was the sweetest person in the world.
The sweetest little Japanese wrestler ever.
And she definitely didn't attack Aleister Black.
That would be a big surprise.
Oh, man. I would flip out if it was her. But, oh, man. See, I love that part about it. I loved seeing, people like Heavy Machinery and Otis yelling, "Allie! Allie, are you okay?" Well, obviously he didn't do it. But then they did little things that I really appreciate. They had Velveteen Dream in the background being upset about something.
Yeah, he looked very pensive.
I wonder if we'll ever find out what he was upset about. But he slammed against a truck with his hands. Yeah. Something upset him. And then you had Tommaso Ciampa looking like he did it, which obviously
he probably did.
He probably did.
Yeah.
And he's looking very evil. You had Johnny Gargano looking very serious at one point. Then Shayna Baszler, the women's champ. That would be...
just comes, strutting into the camera frame. Because she kind of has this weird movement where she doesn't move her shoulders when she walks. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I think my favorite part was Undisputed Era driving away, rocking out to the Undisputed Era theme as they left.
Yeah. That was probably my favorite part of the video, too, where they were all like, hey, Yui, let's go! And then they all just, like, jazzed off in their car.
I don't know if that's what Undisputed Era does in their off time, but I'd like to hope.
It should be.
Yes.
So anyway, watch that online video. It's not actually a part of NXT canon, but man, it's fantastic.
Oh, it's hilarious. And the little arrows and the names, and everyone's in it. Everybody. It feels like one of those murder mystery type.
Yeah, like who shot Mr. Burns?
Oh, man.
Who injured
Aleister Black?
Hopefully the payoff is good. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Usually those mysteries, they don't pay off good. Like, who shot Mr. Burns? It was Maggie the baby, real cop out, and stuff like that. But hopefully, it's fun. It's fun.
That's true. So anyway, I think we're moving on to Raw at this point. We just wanted to do a shout out from that video.
Yeah, because it was great.
It was worth mentioning.
It needed mentioning. So Raw opened
in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yep. So they were very loud tonight.
Oh, they were a great crowd. Yeah.
Super loud.
Very loud.
So it opened up with Ronda Rousey coming out to a large pop.
Big pop for her. Wow, they were excited to see Ronda first thing, that's for sure.
So this is the Go Home Raw for SummerSlam, which we will be also doing a SummerSlam review on Sunday after the show. Renee Young is announcing for Raw tonight.
Finally!
A woman's announcer.
No more Coach! No more Coach! Please, replace him!
Not fans of Coach.
Don't really like that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a great job, I think, overall. She could have spoken out a little bit more, but, it's her first time.
It's third string announcer always has the worst job. It's tough. So, Ronda came out and talked about, believe it or not, another newsworthy thing, which I do want to mention, is the passing of Jim Neidhart, one half of the Hart Foundation. It's very sad. It's a real bummer. It
is very sad, especially his connection, obviously, to his daughter, Natalya.
So, all our hearts go out to them, and it's a sad day in wrestling. He was one of the best part of one of the best tag teams probably of all time. Mm-hmm. So she came out, talked about him and the bravery that fathers have for their daughters, and it was really good. I really liked it.
It was a little bit rehearsed. She at first got a little bit wooden, but then when she started getting emotional and talking about Natalya, that started to feel like it was a little bit more from the heart. So I think above all, she did a pretty good performance.
Yeah. So.
Then at the end, she started to end up talking about just what's currently happening.
Yeah.
Her feud with Alexa Bliss.
That was more real, and then she kind of went into the performance side of it and talked about Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss came out, good boos. Wow. Yeah. She got some heat tonight.
Yeah.
I think mainly because, she's interrupting this, poignant thing. And she came out and it set up a match between Ember Moon versus Alexa Bliss. I did not expect that.
No, I didn't expect it, but I was very excited. Obviously, I'm an Ember Moon fan.
Yeah, where have you been, Ember, is what I wrote down here in my notes. I'm so glad to see her, and she did not disappoint. She's excellent as always.
Yes.
And I want to see more Ember Moon.
Yeah.
I want to see more of her.
Yeah.
So.
But Alexa came out and did a really good promo, as Alexa Bliss always does. Love that she made fun of Ronda's angry face. Grrr! She says, I can do that too. Grrr! I thought that was pretty good.
Yes, that was very entertaining. Alicia Fox came out, and she's looking awesome as always. Had her captain's coat with her, and
the crazy ass headdress. What was she wearing on her head? My God, this weird leaf poison ivy thing she's going for, but the rest of her outfit didn't change. It was just this weird headdress. I don't understand it. I think Corey Graves at one point called it kale.
Yeah, he called it kale at one point. I don't know. It was this weird poison ivy thing. I dig it because anything Alicia Fox does, I apparently dig because I like the crazy.
Oh yeah, bring on the crazy. Yeah, I like it.
So,
and then Alexa brought. Actually, she made a really good point in her promo talking about Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's authority. Talking about Brock Lesnar's comparison. I thought that was actually a smart point for a heel. Yeah. And then she brought out her highly aggressive security force to protect her.
I loved it. I loved the just to reiterate whatever you said, everything you're saying here is that her heat can be denied, and her calling out Angle, poor Kurt Angle, just gonna get called out by every heel about how inept he is.
I gotta say,
as his job, which
this entire Raw was kind of like a bummer to Kurt Angle.
It sucked to be him.
Almost every single segment was people dumping on him.
It's like the
but I really liked it, though.
And then Corbin gave her security, which I think is very fair.
Yeah.
I think that is fair.
It's kinda fair.
I will always back up any opinions of Baron Corbin, as he is Constable. Constable Baron. I believe he believes in fairness.
Yes.
So the security came out. There was a tussle in the beginning of the match where they were protecting Alexa Bliss. And then Ronda proceeded to destroy them.
Yes.
Big dudes, too.
Big
very
guys
large
taking
men.
those throws,
Oh, man. Ronda, I love you.
And then the one guy at the very end, helpless, and he had this paled expression on his face like, oh my god, I'm just going to get my butt kicked by a girl.
Oh, man.
Really good acting by that guy.
Yeah, he did a great job, and he just ran for the hills. So, very good.
Yeah.
All right, so... Yep, security flees. Although I wanted Ronda to continue the assault on Alexa, like just chase after her, but
I was happy that it stopped because I wanted the match to happen because I wanted to see Ember fight, which they did. And you know what? It was a really good match.
Yeah, but would Austin stop attacking? If she's supposed to be the next Austin?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think she should have kept attacking. And then Alicia at one point did a very large ow after getting tossed by Ronda.
Yeah.
I love her. So the match began.
Mm-hmm.
I just wrote pretty much here, Ember is so good.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you. What do you think her future is going to be in the WWE? Because I'm like, they've seemed to put her on the sidelines very much like Asuka right now. Good, talented wrestler, but she's not seemingly in any of the stories right now. That's why we were actually shocked to see her. What do you think is her future right now?
No, I think that featuring her on tonight's Raw is definitely a step up since she did so good and was well received by the crowd. I think that she'll probably get in an under feud with some other girl. I'm not sure who. But I'm not down on her. I'm up on her. I'm thinking positive for Ember Moon, okay?
Okay. I'm just asking. Her tornado suplex, one of the cooler spots of the night. I loved that.
Yep.
And she had, I can't believe they almost had her beat Alexa Bliss. Hit her with, I forget her finisher's name, the Eclipse.
The Eclipse. Yeah.
And then Alicia Fox intervenes and costs a DQ. And
that's the other thing that gives me hope for her. She technically pinned the champ. And if there wasn't a DQ, victory, she would have won. Well, if there was a belt on the line, she would have possibly won.
Possibly, we'll see. Kayfabe, yes.
I
don't know if that's true.
I liked it. I liked her just being there, to be honest with you. I was just thrilled to see her. So.
Yep. And I like that Alexa Bliss got her shots in on Ronda. They're not making Ronda unstoppable, which is cool. She's very... But they got her shots in and then ran for the hills, which is very... Very good. So good match, good opening to Raw, I think.
Now, Ronda stood tall at the end. What do you think that means?
Oh, well...
normally...
No, we can't give our predictions yet, but I have my opinions that it's definitely... That's one of those things where I think opposite momentum will not occur.
Okay.
But we'll get into that a little more tomorrow.
Everyone will have to just stay tuned for tomorrow's
check
show.
out SmackDown.
At the end, we will be giving our SummerSlam predictions. Ooh.
And we'll decide what the bet's going to be.
Yeah.
So tune in. So then we had extra footage of Paul Heyman interview where he goes, unless what? And then is Paul Heyman going to help Roman Reigns? What's going on? I pretty much put down here, I think it's a red herring. And that Paul Heyman is not going to help Roman Reigns and it's just going to be all unless, for intriguing purposes. Mm-hmm. There would be more to it later on, but that's what I wrote down here was my immediate reaction is I thought this was just, fluff.
I will give points to the WWE for the reshooting of the stuff that happened last week. The sound effects that they used in those clips were really great.
Yeah. Give it to the Foley guys.
Yes, to the Foley guys. When he hits that F5, it felt like our living room was kind of shaking a little bit. And like the bass rumble when you just noticed Brock leaving, it was like... It was like, oh, okay, this is on.
I didn't notice any of that.
It was good.
But all right, I'll go with that. Then Ziggler and Drew McIntyre came out to bother Kurt Angle, seemingly. I just wrote Beach Bum Ziggler is weird.
I wrote
what is
Angle is a wet blanket.
Oh man, he's getting wrecked.
Oh my god.
So Ziggler,
what did you say? He's a beach bum.
Beach Bum Ziggler.
Yeah.
So what is he wearing? And I don't know what this outfit means. I don't.
He's kind of going for a Miz thing, which is ironic because his best work was versus the Miz. So I kind of like that he's reversed and turning into a Miz personality. It's like you become your enemy.
Maybe.
I like that. But I love Dolph and Drew.
Yeah.
They are reminding me more and more of
Shawn Michaels Diesel.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels Diesel.
That's what it does for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
Yep.
So then we got Corbin versus we had Corbin versus Tyler Breeze. We have another Tyler Breeze sighting second week in a row.
I think it's because people were so excited last week that they probably blew it up on social media like, oh my god, Tyler Breeze is out there! Prince Pretty!
They love paying attention to social media.
And then they were like, well, let's give that guy a job match. Why not? We'll make him lose.
So, I just put Squash Breeze. Why? I love Tyler Breeze, so I'm not a fan of this. This is the one thing Corbin did this week that I was not a fan of.
No.
Was squashing Tyler Breeze.
I love Tyler, but he knows his place at the moment. Until Fandango comes back, and maybe there's something.
I'm hoping. I like it.
Yeah.
Then we got, during this match, a Let's Go Corbin sucks chant.
Oh, yeah.
What is that about?
Yeah.
What?
No, the Corbin sucks chant definitely went louder, for sure.
Okay.
And then Corbin had a strong reaction to the Corbin sucks chant, which made them chant even more.
No, but some people were chanting Let's Go Corbin.
And there's always going to be those
I thought it was just me.
No.
Who are you people?
Yeah.
If you are,
they're
comment.
part of the WWE universe.
Yeah, leave your comments, because I'm a big Corbin fan too.
Mm-hmm.
We might be, kindred spirits. I don't know. Unless you're one of those Nosferatu that I was talking about, then never mind. But anyway, so Corbin got that. Corbin just no-sells Breeze as he went to go on the outside. Yeah. He just stepped out of the way, and Breeze took a sick bump on the outside.
Oh, man, yeah, when you're talking when Breeze went over the top rope.
Yeah, and he just no-sold him.
Oh, man, he just backed up and just let him fall. I'm like, rude. Very rude. You were supposed to catch him, but okay.
I mean, I guess he wasn't supposed to catch him. That wasn't planned, but man, still rude.
Yeah, painful.
And then Corbin finishes with the Deep Six.
I wrote to Bobby's glee.
Yes, I said, like I predicted, maybe the end of Days is out and Deep Six is in as his finisher.
It's only because you got his finisher later on when he really meant it.
I know, I was so mad about that.
Anyway.
I thought I would be proven right. Deep Six is the better
Deep Six given to Tyler Breeze looked really good, by the way.
No, it always does. Why isn't it his finisher?
It was tonight, in a way.
I'm right. I'm right about that.
I liked the fact that directly after he did the Deep Six, he basically got up, kind of brushed himself off, and then just announced the next match.
Like it wasn't
it wasn't even a thing. Just like, yeah, whatever. I just wrestled, and now a match.
My heart for Baron Corbin. I'm just posing right there.
Yeah.
So then we had, he announced this match. He was going to put Finn Balor in a match against Future Endeavored Jinder Mahal.
No, Future Endeavored.
We've discussed this. He's going to be Future Endeavored. Not too long. But as I like to refer to Jinder anyway. And he came out. We're like, okay, we're going to get this same match. I'm guessing Corbin's going to interfere or something. But then Corbin calls out Kevin Owens and is going to make it a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Yeah, which I think would have been better than what happened, but
then I think Corey Graves, I wrote this down, Corey Graves said, well, fighting a handicap match, that's extraordinary, right? Because the whole Finn Balor is an extraordinary man who does extraordinary things, and I'm like, oh my god, they're really... What is it with WWE, and they find a guy's catchphrase or his gimmick, and they hammer it into the ground till you can't stand it anymore.
Well, subtlety is not really the name of the game when it comes to a wrestling show. So there you have it.
Yeah, but you always hope for some subtlety.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's why I really like seeing these interesting camera angles and stuff that they bring in. That's just like, that's refreshing. Kind of like it's like a TV show.
Yep.
Anyway.
So I don't know if it was Corbin or Corey Graves then referred to Finn Balor as the little engine that can't.
Oh, I put per Baron Corbin.
Oh, per Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Called him the little engine that can't.
Burn!
Ouch. Once again, Corbin's doing great work.
Yeah. No, but then Angle with the floppy wrists comes out and says, no. It is going to be a tag match. Oh,
and Renee then told Corey to hit the bricks. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Or why she did it. But she wanted him to leave.
I think it would have been more interesting as a 2-on-1 handicap match, and that probably would have showcased a lot more of Finn Balor's wrestling, which was my main problem with this whole thing.
Yeah, and then as you said, Braun. You said that already, right? Braun.
Oh yeah, Braun
comes Strowman
out.
Came out.
Yeah.
To a loud pop, probably the loudest of the night. Oh, him or
Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey really got a big reaction at that start, but yeah, Braun came out to a huge "Get These Hands" chant.
Why isn't he champ?
Because they don't know where to go from there. That's.
Maybe that's the thing, is that once they make him champion, they're like, well, we can't have him pinned.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Corey did call Braun a meat castle. I'm just saying it. I'm repeating the words that he said. Meat castle.
I don't know. It sounds not pleasant. So, yeah, the Get These Hands chant was popular. The match was very quick. Braun power slammed Jinder for the pin, and it was quick work. I felt like this match didn't really do anything for those four guys.
No, it really
didn't. The story.
Finn was a non-entity in the match. He started the match, got immediately headlocked by Jinder, stayed in the headlock, transitioned to an armbar. And then just like they continued this little struggle until he wiggled his way over to Braun, who slapped him in, and then just destroyed the rest of the team. So if this is supposed to make Finn Balor look like any kind of competition, why did that exist? Why couldn't they have just done a 2-on-1 handicap match? Let him wrestle. Braun is over enough. Honestly, did we even need him? We could have used maybe a better segment with him and KO running from him, because that seems to be all they really care about.
Yeah, it was kind of a slog.
Yeah.
I felt the match, and like you said, it didn't really put Finn Balor over. But then after Corbin attacked Finn Balor with the End of Days, if we're going by reverse momentum, it looks like Finn Balor's gonna win that rematch. Or wait, no, he already won the match. I think the original match with Baron Corbin, didn't he?
No, Baron Corbin won the original match, and so probably Finn will win this next match.
Which won't do anything for him either.
But you never know. I mean, I don't know. They're treating Finn so badly that he could lose too.
Yeah, who knows? Corbin got a "You Still Suck" chant. Good crowd.
Yeah, he says, "I told you, I'm just that good." Oh.
Want to punch him.
Yeah,
I wish they did more with this feud, because I like Finn and I like Corbin, but the feud.
Yeah, but the feud.
Not going anywhere.
Well, that's always kind of how it feels in the middle of like a best of three, which is what they're probably doing. Yeah.
So then, Bully, Ziggler, and Drew came out again. Called Kurt Angle just called them idiots.
Yeah.
Very. Once again, downplayed. Then we had
I will say the loud gum smacking by Dolph Ziggler, annoyingly brilliant.
Oh God, annoying. Oh, the gum chewing, you mean?
Oh man, it was really doing that.
Yeah. So anyway, we have the triple threat was up, which was the Deleter of Worlds versus B Team versus the Revival. I was so hoping the Revival would win. I put in my notes here, please, oh please, oh please, oh please, let Revival win. So I was, as you can see, I was pretty one-sided on this. I was hoping it was a good match.
And it was. Yeah, it was a very good match.
It was solid.
I thought it was very entertaining, actually.
Yep.
I was surprised, because Deleter of Worlds and B Team haven't really done it for me, either one.
Yeah.
But I've always been a huge fan of the Revival. Oh my God, I love those guys.
Yeah.
In NXT, anyway.
Yeah. And Matt Hardy, the news turns out he might not be retiring. He may just be injured and taking some time off.
Yeah.
Either way.
Either way.
Great. I think it was a solid match. Not amazing, but solid. Mm-hmm. What would you say?
Yeah, good match is what I wrote.
Good. Yeah. Love the Heart Foundation homage by the Revival. That was really cool.
Yeah, the heart attack was really
cool.
Good to see and well received.
Yep. Dawson sending some decent chops in the match, I wrote here. And then they went to commercial. Came back from the commercial, and this was Michael Cole's line. And the tag titles are on the line. Michael Cole, can you get excited about anything anymore?
Yeah. He's just been doing announcing for so long. I think he's in autopilot mode. It's just really nothing much gets him excited.
Oh man, total autopilot. You hit the nail on the head with that.
Yeah.
I put great wrestlers, no reaction, which is I think bad booking all around for those wrestlers, especially for someone like Bray Wyatt, who's great, and just the booking has been poor.
I don't know. I thought I heard some decent chants, honestly. Didn't they get a "This is awesome" chant at one point?
Oh, at the match. No, I'm talking in the beginning of the match.
Oh, okay.
Especially when Bray Wyatt was tagged in. He got zero reaction.
at all for Bray. That poor Bray. They've just destroyed whatever cool character he had a couple years ago.
But they won the crowd over. Like, you're right. The superplex off the top. And
Matt Hardy goes to the top. Just kidding. There's a superplex there. Because Matt Hardy doesn't ever go to the top. Not even when he was 15 years ago, Matt Hardy.
Yeah, he ain't going today.
Yeah.
And so I wrote here, it's not bad. Not bad, guys. Better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. But we got to see the Shadow Machine.
Yes.
That's always the best.
I will say this, though, and I wrote this down. Revival are carrying this match. Yeah. They carried that match on their two little shoulders.
Yep. But the B team still threw him off of the Shadow Machine and ended up getting the win. Whatever. Hopefully, they'll have a rematch at SummerSlam or something.
God.
I don't know. It's a tag division on Raw. It's generally not that interesting.
Terrible. Why didn't the Revival win that match? Can you explain that to me?
Because they need to do something during SummerSlam, Bobby. That's it.
Please I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of the B team. For any of you B team fans out there, I liked them when they were working with the Miz, and I was like, put them in the tag division, give them the tag belts. Whoa. And I just don't know. The B team thing doesn't jump for me. Just nothing about it.
Their music was kind of catchy. It was the first time I think I've heard it, because generally they're already milling about the ring when Hulu decides to cut to their matches, if they even do cut to their matches.
Yeah. All right, so then we had, let me just check my notes here. More contract stuff with Kurt Angle and Drew and Ziggler. Yeah. We found out that there will be someone in Seth's corner, hint, hint, at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But we'll find out more about that.
Pretty obvious hint, but it still made the crowd pretty excited to get that hint. So.
Yep. Then we had Roman Reigns come out to do a promo.
Oh boy, we love those Roman Reigns promos.
So excited. So let's just swim in the Roman Reigns-ness of it. So once again, reaction is mixed, very mixed. Although when he talked about Brock needs to go, he got a pop.
This is how his promo went. Upwards.
Yes.
It got better and better and better. He always gets that really negative reaction when he came out. He got a lot of what chants, which is that's in like the death of a promo in the beginning. But when he talked about hating Brock, blah, 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 that's when it started to go on the up and up for him, and he started to get more heated about it. And when Roman gets more genuine, that's when it's better. So, then enter Paul Heyman.
Well, before we get to that, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Are they cheering Roman or just sick of Brock?
Sick of Brock, is my opinion.
Yeah.
I really don't think that there's too many people actually cheering for Roman Reigns. They only tolerate Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns is doing things that the WWE Universe approves of, which they approve of him hating Brock. That's right. They approve of the Shield. Yes. Because the Shield's pretty great.
So it's going to be interesting to me.
Yes.
If Roman does win on Sunday on SummerSlam, how they're going to react with his next opponent.
Yeah.
That's going to be very
I
interesting.
think I mentioned that last Raw, actually. Is like, where does Roman go from here after he's defeated Brock, assuming that he wins?
It's going to have to be heel. Like, if
Yeah.
Vince is smart at all, it can't be another face. That would be terrible idea to put Roman's first opponent as a face. You want a monster heel. Somebody people just can't stand, like The Miz or someone like that.
Well, I was reading some rumors that they are thinking about turning Roman heel.
Well,
But, you know, that's been a rumor for about as long as people saying that John Cena's going to turn heel. And
Every
that
year.
never happened.
not even every year, every couple months.
Every couple months. So, you know.
Yep. So,
Anyway, enter Paul Heyman.
yep.
No.
Let's get Roman over by dissing Paul. I thought it was going to have the opposite effect, but, man, like, Roman, like, at first I thought they were going to go with, Roman's the brave face, and he's a good guy. He's not going to go with Paul Heyman. Shoot down Paul Heyman. I'm like, face Roman is lame. Dirt, 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 dirt. But they changed it around on me, which I was happy with. But, man, I thought that's where they were going. I'm like, this is not going to get him over, saying, because the fans wanted him to side with Paul Heyman.
Yeah, he offers his services as a manager to Roman to a crowd of yes chants.
Oh, did you?
And then Roman says no, because he's the anti-crowd machine.
Yes, he is. And did you see there was a little girl in the front row was so worried that Roman was going to join Paul Heyman.
Oh, I didn't see
She
that.
was
That must have
so
been adorable.
worried. She was just, no, and like had a look of... it was
Trepidation.
Great. Very trepidatious about Paul. She did not like Paul Heyman.
oh.
Doesn't trust him. So that was... she was so worried about that. And I'm telling you, if you want to endear Roman to the fans, having him say the lines like, I've been groomed since birth for this position.
Yeah, I've been groomed for this position at a young age.
Oh.
No. That's not the thing
No
you
more of
want
those.
Roman to say. No. Who
Don't do
wrote
that anymore.
That's bad.
That's bad. That's not
bad.
going to get him over.
No.
That is very...
That's one of the reasons people don't like him. Why are you even bringing it up?
Don't bring it up. Just don't bring it. Roman works hard and earns it himself. That's what we want to hear.
That's the story.
Or Roman's,
if you want him to be a face.
Yeah. Or Roman's a badass, right?
Sure.
We don't want self-entitled Roman.
No, we don't want him also moaning about the greatest Royal Rumble.
Oh, no.
Everybody's so sick of that. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's what heels do. Stop it. Just stop.
Yeah. Self-entitled Roman. Boom.
Yeah.
So then he mentioned that Paul is a sad little shark, and then he wished him luck in his future endeavors, which means even the WWE is selling that means you're fired.
Yeah.
It means you're gone. You're terminated. You're outseas.
Yeah. That was
that was cold. That was one of the best.
Awesome.
That was the best Roman line I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Good luck at your future endeavors, Paul.
That was cold.
That's such a rib. That's self-reflective WWE. That's kind of smart.
Yeah, that was my favorite Roman Reigns line I think I've ever.
That was a favorite part of that promo for sure.
Oh, it was my favorite part ever. Ouch. They even know what it means.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of it was... And then Paul Heyman, after asking repeatedly for Roman to join him, decides, no, Roman, I don't need you anymore. It was all a ruse. Sprays Roman in the eye with, we assume, pepper spray for kayfabe purposes.
Yeah.
And then has Brock come down and beat him down. And I wrote, what a better idea than having him refuse Paul. Is that Paul, this was all a ruse.
Yeah.
Brock Heyman still loves Paul. This was all a way so they could get the one-up on Roman. Good job, WWE. For once, you get the booking right.
Yeah. Liked Paul Heyman on the sideline, just kind of like stroking the belt, and then you could see Brock with his red face, choking out Roman in the foreground, and he's in the afterground. That was a nice bit of camera work there. Liked it. Yeah.
Good booking.
However, he only gave him one F5, and as we know, that's not enough to stop Roman Reigns. He should have given him at least two.
Well, the fans wanted it. They were chanting for it. They were chanting
maybe then
because
that's
they're
better.
bloodthirsty.
Yeah, maybe then.
Bloodthirsty WWE Universe, you are. And so Brock got the one-up on Roman. Does this mean reverse momentum? Does this mean Roman's winning at SummerSlam? We'll decide tomorrow.
We'll decide.
Tune in. And so, then they mentioned that Brock is nearing 500 days with the
good lord.
Universal title. I just wrote, good God. let it all end. Please.
You and Kurt Angle certainly think
Oh, yeah, we'll get into that
we'll
later.
get into that in a minute.
But,
next I had a tribute to Jim the Anvil Neidhart,
Beautiful.
which was really touching, very well done. And
Yep.
I also never realized how much Natalia, really, she looks like him
yeah.
a lot. She's got a lot of his facial features. I never
Yeah.
saw it before, and then they showed him side by side. I'm like, oh, wow.
So it's sad, it's a bummer, and
Yeah.
but it was a very nice tribute,
Very good
to
tribute.
the man Jim Neidhart, which
Yeah.
is one of the best wrestlers, one of the best tag teams of all time with Bret Hart. So then they went on to announce a Revival versus the B Team for SummerSlam, like you predicted.
Yes.
And oh, please let the Revival be
Let
winning.
the Revival win, please!
Oh,
It's in the
man.
pre-show! Just let it happen. Let it slide by. Most people aren't watching that anyway. Let's just let the Revival win!
Imagine how good Raw's tag team division would be with Revival.
Hey, remember when they beat Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley?
We do.
I do.
Pepperidge
was
Farm
great.
remembers. Pepperidge.
I'll never forget that. Yeah, they announced pretty much everything that was happening. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
So then we had Corbin berating Kurt Angle. I wrote that as entertaining. I love his frustration with Kurt Angle. Everything Kurt Angle does is just Corbin's like, I would have done the exact opposite of this. Why do you even have this job? I don't know why Stephanie hired you. You're frustrating me.
Yeah.
What Corbin is doing such good work.
Yeah.
I love him. He's
Yeah.
entertaining as heck on Monday.
Yes.
Oh man, I don't. He might get Wrestler of the Week twice.
Wow.
We'll see. We'll see it Wednesday, and we still have NXT. But I loved his frustration. Then Kurt Angle came out to pretty much hate on Brock.
Yeah, he's supposed to be. I like it. Angle came out to the center of the ring. They're supposed to be doing a contract signing, but instead he just brings up his hatred of Brock Lesnar and wow, how he wants to see Roman Reigns kick Brock Lesnar's butt, and then just like, wait, this is a contract signing. Why are you talking about this, Kurt Angle?
Here's something. Is that Brock Lesnar's next feud? Kurt Angle. They have a history.
They do have a history. I'm gonna say no.
No, you think Kurt Angle's done wrestling? Because he said he's want to wrestle. He wants to do tons
I
more
think
matches.
he's
He
gonna...
said he wants to do. He thinks he's got another title run in him.
What?
No, you don't.
No. I don't think so. No, he's gonna be delegated to floppy wrists forever. It's just...
But I think a match with Brock would be good.
I think the jury's a little out on that one. I don't know if he's got it in him to face Brock Lesnar.
Well, that's just... I'm wondering if they're building towards that by having Kurt just straight up say Brock is the worst Universal Champion of all time.
And Dolphin Drew
Wow.
came out and just making Angle look even further like
man.
like an ass. So,
Yep. Then Dolphin Drew came out next.
Yep.
And what did they do?
Well, first they started to just make Angle look even more like a fool.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I wrote here, what is Dolph? What is he wearing? He had a new outfit when he came out at
Did
the
he?
end. Well, it was definitely different, I feel. Maybe I'm wrong, but man, it looked weird.
No, at a certain camera angle, it looked like he was wearing like the puffy shirt from Seinfeld. But then the camera angle turned, and I'm like, oh no, it's just a normal button-down shirt.
What is he? Is he like a Miami Vice guy? Who is Dolph
Like
trying
just
to be?
a
right?
wannabe Hollywood star with a big brother.
I don't know.
Beats you
I
up?
don't know what Dolph is supposed to... It's really weird.
I liked it. I liked that Dolph and Drew came in and said that we were brought into the WWE universe to eradicate complacency, but yet they're hypocritical and they don't seem to actually want the match with
Yeah,
Seth. I really
good heel
liked
work.
that. I thought he cut a really good promo accusing the audience of turning their backs on him repeatedly, which is honestly is kind of true, which usually makes for the best kind of promos.
Yeah, I wrote down here, kayfabe Kurt is a hopeful man, because he didn't know that whether Seth was going to show up, so he just kept announcing it. I'm like, if they didn't interrupt him, was Kurt just going to keep doing it and hope that
No.
Seth showed up?
Maybe. Probably.
Oh, man. Or did he know that this was Seth's plan all along? I don't know. Kurt doesn't seem like he thinks that
he
far
doesn't
ahead.
really.
He's not the architect.
No.
So, but in kayfabe, I'm trying to think, what is Kirk's thing? Like, I'm just going to announce, and I hope Seth shows. Oh, he didn't show. I'm going to announce it again. He still hasn't showed. What am I going to do? So, but then you said, I wrote down here, I didn't like Drew's heel stuff, believe it or
Really?
not. I don't believe him as a heel. I think he sucks at it.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't
disagree.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe he's that. Like, some things he's like, we're mean. And I'm like, I feel like you're trying to be mean, Drew.
Oh,
And it's
no.
just not happening.
I disagree. I think he's doing a great job with Dolph Ziggler.
I know, I didn't like it. But you are right, Dolph's promo afterwards. Ooh,
Man,
he
when
started.
they fully gave him the mic and let him go off. Oh, I thought he was doing a great job.
He started to get really, sound like a lot of
Passion.
truth-telling.
Passionate, and that's true. When you get that little seed of truth behind the wrestlers' promos, that's when they start to get a spark of life behind them. So,
Oh, yeah. And it felt like he was really on the fans about,
Yeah.
hey, you kind of betrayed me when I was a face and
Yeah.
didn't really side with me, and now I don't really listen to you anymore.
Yeah.
It felt like he meant it.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Man, you forget how good Ziggler can be sometimes.
Of course.
Because of how poor they booked
Because
him.
of that's the thing. His character was killed by booking, and that's what some people forget. Even I forget it sometimes.
Par for the course, WWE.
Yep.
Your booking kind of kills some of your wrestlers.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler. Well, the list could go. We could be here all
you
night.
could be there for a long time.
So
Yeah.
then Seth Rollins comes out. Big pop. He is the man.
Yeah.
Is he not? And they're treating him that way,
Yeah.
which I love. Like the fact that they're like, oh, he's going to burn it. And he just talked. They even talked, the heels talked about how Seth has been just putting on the best matches, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is, heels don't do that. So that's how Vince McMahon is selling Seth as the best bout machine of WWE.
Yeah.
Which is Kenny Omega's nickname in New Japan. But
Yeah.
he kind of is the American version. Mm-hmm. So they're treating him that way. And then Seth tells you that he was late for Raw, not because of his flight, which they had been teasing at all night, but he was late because of the flight of one other person. And we have the big return. Dean Ambrose returned on Raw tonight. And I wrote, bulked up and looking badass.
Yeah, like the short hair. He's kind of looking mean.
He looked big and mean, and he looked like one of those old 80s, like Bruiser Brody, like, I'm gonna punch you for real wrestlers.
Yeah.
He looked
Yeah.
like Dean looked like a guy I didn't want to fight.
Yeah.
Like before, he always looked zany and stuff, but this Dean looks mean.
Yeah, taking Lunatic Fringe to another level, I think. I'm pretty excited to see him. He's been out on injury for a long time, so glad that he's back. I think that they're going to go heel with him. I think that there's going to be
Definitely.
shenanigans at SummerSlam, and I can't wait to see it happen.
Yep. I wrote that he looks badass, but also a little heelish.
Yep. And maybe a little heel turn. Maybe. Yeah, there was a big brawl, and didn't last for very long. I just wrote, Dean does dirty deeds, Drew goes down.
Yeah, he hit the dirty deeds like he meant it.
Like, bam.
And Drew sold it all.
yeah.
One of the best moves, the way Dean delivers that double arm DDT. He snaps it. Looks so good.
Yeah.
So, and then that's how they ended Raw on the high note, the big shocker of Dean Ambrose's return. So, excited about that. Don't know if he's going to be doing his high flying stuff now because he looks so bulky now. It's going to be interesting to see if his wrestling style changes.
He didn't do that much high flying stuff.
He did a lot.
few
No, he
things
did a lot
off
of
the top.
suicide dives.
A lot of suicide dives and
That elbow.
The elbow off the
that
top.
elbow.
He'll still do the elbow. That.
We'll see. It's going to be
I
interesting because he looks jacked.
Okay, this was my theory. Is like I wonder after the camera was off because they still have a little bit of showtime after it's off. Maybe Roman came out and they did the Shield thing.
Maybe.
The crowd.
We'll see.
Love to know it. If anybody knows.
Yeah, but we're taping this right after Raw. We want to give you our honest and our fresh reactions. So.
Yeah, sorry it's a day late. As you do know, we watched the Hulu version. That's why.
So, but in general, that was Raw, folks. So that's our opinion. Tomorrow we're going to talk about SmackDown and NXT, as well as have our predictions for SummerSlam
Yeah.
and for NXT, because it's NXT TakeOver as well. So
Yes.
it's going to be an exciting weekend of wrestling.
Yeah.
Hope you'll come listen to us and get our opinions afterwards.
What is your grade for this Raw before we forget?
My grade for this Raw, I liked it. I'm going to give it an 8.
That's what I gave it too. 8 out of 10.
8
Really good stuff.
Yep, there were a couple blunders here and there. I think Revival not winning the tag belts really
Oh,
soured
come
me.
on. They're going to win at SummerSlam. I hope.
We're hoping.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Anyway.
But and other than that, really hope you liked the video. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. You know how to do it. And we'll see you next time.
Peace. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Wrestle Life.